Thank you for coming out to see us.
Music is a language of its own, speaking to the hearts of eager listeners.
We were both in tears. We're trying not to cry, you know.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Their voices are big, even though their stature is small.
Remarkable. They're not even in high school yet.
I have tons of old records that like my grandfather gave me.
That's Gary Peters.
I'm 14 years old.
And his sister Uma.
I'm 11 years old.
Old-time roots and folk musicians and siblings.
My family is Punjabi, and so they've listened to a lot of Bhangra music and have listened to those beats. This was the day that we brought Uma home.
Giri and Uma's mother is well aware their background makes them stand out. In most traditional households, music isn't always a popular route.
Definitely not the norm.
Still, the love for tunes was always there.
It's just none of us play like this.
The musical journey began when Giri was 5 years old, when he started classical violin lessons.
Well, I've always loved just listening to it.
But after watching the GOAT radio sessions on PBS, he wanted to play the mandolin.
Look at all this stuff. There's a whole nother world out there. So then I just got kind of more interested in.
I started when I was 7, and we still had to wait a bit till my arms grew.
Uma would sit in on her brother's lessons and soon followed a similar path.
And I said, "Oh, that sounds fun. I want to do it too."
She now plays the fiddle and banjo.
She's really strong at like rhythm and keeping timing.
Her brother specializes in the fiddle, guitar, and mandolin.
It's just so much fun.
They've come a long way.
Their raw talent catapulted after performing at a showcase only 3 years ago. And their performance struck a chord for one key player.
She's a woman of color who plays the banjo, and there's not a lot of women of color who do that.
Rhiannon Giddens, formerly of the Carolina Chocolate Drops, coming to their home in Nashville, playing and teaching a new language.
Oh, the cuckoo. Oh, the cuckoo. That's what I want to do too, is bring history back to the songs. And she not just play them to play them.
Songs like The Cuckoo.
1, 2, 3. She'll stay around like one note, and it's sort of like almost on key, but.
It is surreal when we've gone to restaurants in Nashville or when I'm in a store and people recognize Giri and Uma because they've seen them play somewhere.
However, they say they're still pretty normal. They're competitive. And they still fight, just differently.
Their sibling arguments are pretty funny.
Wait, no, let me do it.
You're out of tune.
No, it's the F.
No, you were speeding up there.
And it goes right into it, right?
If there is something both fight for, it's preserving the essence and origin of folk music.
Where it came from, those people don't get recognized at all anymore. It's African slaves who brought it over. Has to be bad for there to be good.
They're now tuning to find an even deeper voice, writing topics about society.
So that we can help to make a difference.
They were both the kind of musicians that you only experience a few times in your life.
For kids with old souls, they get to sing to folks even older than them and move them.
So to see those little kids so powerfully performing that music, I think that was what it was.
Because even in this quaint pub, music is the universal language bridging people together, no matter their age, size, or race. With photojournalist Angie, I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.